Okay, episode number 2. Welcome to episode 2 of this here podcast titled, Is This Going to Be on the Test? My name is Joe Burns and I'm a university professor and I'm here to hopefully help you get through your college career. In this episode, I have a couple of questions that I wish you to answer. These are the same questions I ask my 100 level class, and you need to make a point of thinking about these. Not with your friends, you. In front of the makeup mirror, in front of the shaving mirror, you and you alone. Here's the biggest question you have to answer. Why are you here? Really, why are you here? Why are you in university? Why are you in college? Think about it. You're 18, 19 years old, starting as a freshman, and that means you're willing to give up 5 years, because now the average is 5 years to get through university, not 4, but you're willing to give up a fourth of the time you have existed on Earth. 5 years. You are committing that to this university. Why are you here? And I say that because in my 100 level classes, I'm looking at 70 to 100 kids. It's a big lecture hall course. And I'm not sure all of them have thought about that. I think a lot of them, a healthy percentage, the students, I think a lot of them are in college because that's what you do. You got to go to college. Mom, I want to do something. You got to go to college. Excuse me, what should I do? Got to go to college. Do you? Now, if you have always wanted to go to a college, if your answer is, yes, I want to study biology, I want to be a veterinarian, I want to be this, I want to be what have you, excellent, you have an answer. If the answer is, I've always wanted to be a tiger, I've always wanted to be a bear, I've always wanted to be a banana slug, I've always wanted to be a titan, what have you, if that's your answer, at least it's an answer, okay? But the point is you want to go to the sporting events. You could do that without going to college, but you want to go to the sporting events, and that's fine. If you don't have a solid answer as to why you're there, riddle me this next. In fact, even if you do have a solid answer, riddle me this. If your family, guardians, what have you, uncles, aunts, cousins, if they didn't care that you went to college, would you still go? Now, don't look at me and go, that would never happen. My parents would kill me if I didn't go to college. It's a Heinz dilemma. It's an ethical situation. Answer the question for me. If your parents, guardians, uncles, aunts, cousins, if they didn't care that you went to college, would you go? Or would you not go? I had a student come into my office one time. This was early in my teaching career. Comes into my office and he is crying. And I don't mean tear. He is blubbering. He is a semester away from finishing up. And I'm like, what's the matter, man? He said, I don't want to be here. I said, you've been here 3.5 years. What are you doing? He said, I don't want to be here. I'm here because of my grandmother. He said, all I want, and this is what would have made him happy, all I want is to work construction and have season tickets to the Yankees. That would have done it. Is that you? Do you really want to give up a fourth of the life you have already spent sitting in this classroom? Because if you don't, if the answer is anything less than an emphatic, oh yeah, yes I do, you're going to waste a lot of money. And you're going to waste a lot of your parents' money. Or you are going to incur a tremendous amount of debt. If the answer is simply, I need a degree, I can't do anything in life without a degree, then you might want to rethink it, because you can do a lot of stuff in life without a degree. Unless your answer is anything other than an emphatic yes. And if the only reason you're here is because you were never given another opportunity to choose or never giving any other suggestions, or you're here because grandma wants you here, mom wants you here. See, this is you. You're an adult now. You're 18 plus. You need to start making decisions for you. And that oftentimes upsets other people. Well, I want you to do this. I don't want to do it. There's a phrase, I think Amy Poehler is the first person to use it. Good for you, not for me. I'm going to go to college. Good for you, not for me. So if you don't go to college, well, what should I do? I find the best students are the ones that either went to a year of college and then quit and got a job, saw the earth. Seriously, just go to Europe, backpack. And I know what you're going to say. How do I afford that? Hang on. It's the students who have left or didn't go and took 2 or 3 years and did work that come back, that realize the concept of it, that realize the benefit of it. So let me ask you a question. If you really don't want to go to college, how about these alternatives? Have you thought about the military? The military will also give you money if you decide to go to college after. It will teach you a viable skill. You could go to the military and in 20 years retire from the military with a pension or a 401k. I understand they're offering 401ks now. And then you would be, let's see, you're 18, 19, add 20 to that, you're just at 40. You got time for a whole other career. Don't want to do the military? Have you thought about a tech school instead of college or university? Welding, plumbing, electrical, HVAC, culinary, barber. There's all of these things available. And I guarantee somewhere near you is a technical college that will teach you all of this, which means in 2 years, you have a 2-year degree and you are licensed. You can go to work. Okay, don't want to do that? How about this? Get a job. And I know what people are going to say. There's no jobs. Well, true to a point. There may be no job you want. I want a job making $40,000 a year in an air-conditioned office, and I want somebody to pick me up in a limo to take me there. And that's not going to happen. But there are jobs. I live in Louisiana. Go south in Louisiana where the oil industry is. They're screaming for people. And we talked to a guy that worked in the oil industry, and he said, it's real simple to advance. All you have to do is show up on time, be willing to learn, don't be high, don't be drunk. You can make your way through it. And you can make a healthy little living down there. Maybe do that for a couple years. You don't want to do that? Okay. I just returned from Pigeon Forge, where Dollywood is. They're screaming for people up there. So there are jobs, maybe not the job you want, but if you're not going to go to college, why not go get a job? Go to work. I know what you're going to say. Oh, I don't want that to be my career. Who said it was going to be your career? Maybe you just need to go find out who you are for 2 years. Because I'll be there. I've been teaching for 25 plus years. Believe me, we'll be here. Go do a job for 2 years, 3 years, and go, you know what? Now I got to go back to college. Now I understand what I want. Or now I want to go here or there. Here's another thing. And by the way, if you get a job and you're still going to live at home, pay your parents a little bit of rent. Or pick up the food. That kind of thing. Turn it into a negotiation, because if your parents are, you're going to college, and you're like, I don't want to go to college just yet. Pay them a little bit of money to stay in the house. Better yet, get out on your own, because I tell you what, you can sort of say no to your parents, but a landlord, he or she does not care. What if you don't want to do any of those things? Well, what you should probably do then is travel. And I know what you can say. Who's going to pay for that? I don't know. I really don't. This is an individual type thing. Bus rides, if you want to do it cheaply. Maybe you could also find couches and places to stay along the way. Go see the United States. Take a year and go find yourself. Some people who do have a little bit of money have backpacked across Europe and stayed in hostels and things like that. But outside of the idea of money, it's not a bad idea, because, again, it's you. You're an adult. Are you at college because you want to be there, or are you at college because someone else wants you to be there? So answer those 2 questions. Just you, not anybody else. The makeup mirror, the shaving mirror. Why are you here? Can you give me an emphatic reason? Do you want to be here? Can you give me an emphatic yes? And if everybody in your family could have cared less that you went to college, would you be here? And if the answer is, I would not be there if they didn't care, you need to look into some other areas. Now, I've only given you a few. There are many others. And you're an adult. And you have the Google. Look up some other things. Do you really want to be here? Answer that question. Because if you don't, you may be wasting a little money. You may be wasting a little of your parents' money, and you're going to incur a whole bunch of debt. Okay? Get those answers for me. That'll do it. I'm Joe Burns, and this has been the podcast. Is this on the test? Is this going to be on the test? The answer? Probably.